Okay, so yesterday's homework has one segment. Apart from the SLS and Coolbits, there's this part that I asked you to do, is to take note of the quantities in this question. So for the X is, first quantity is money, the second quantity is X. Concert ticket, first quantity is money, second quantity is tickets. So you know that these two comparing is easy because one of the quantities is the same. For the shopping mall, the parking at the shopping mall, the first quantity is hour, the second quantity is money, same. For this question on the top saver, the first quantity is money, the second quantity is hour. And you notice that the hour, which one is the same? The hour is the same. So when it's two different, the quantities are two different ones, that makes it difficult. Then at this point, you realize that I need to make them the same. Turn it around, we look at the need for speed. The typing words, first quantity is minutes, time in minutes. The second quantity is words, number of words. For the photocopier, the first quantity is pages. The second quantity, minutes, time in minutes. And the last one we said for the draining water is liters and minutes. So we are doing this because we want to highlight that rate has this similarity with the topic on ratio. It compares two quantities, and this comparison shows a relationship about them. But what are the differences? For ratio, there are no units involved. It is unitary in terms of their relationship, like 5:4, 2:3. I have another copy here if you need. Do you have the worksheet? Are you writing on it? I written a lot of things on it. Now, so the difference between rate and ratio is that rate compares two different quantities. They have two different units of measurements. And you realize that comparing is easier with rate. What does rate mean? Rate means exactly the amount of a certain quantity per unit of another quantity. So when we are comparing the price of bubble tea cups, you realize it was easier to compare based on one cup. So one cup means per unit. Per unit means per one. Using proportion to solve rate-related problems, what exactly does that mean? Actually, it's got to do with the equivalent ratios idea. So why did I tell you not to complete or write down anything on these questions first? It's because I want to share with you a standard format of writing. Okay? And this standard format of writing, we'll use it for all the questions for rate, where we establish a relationship and it's easier to present and easier to understand. For example, I write C for Canon here and HP here. For this question, I will show a relationship. So for ratio, you use the colon. 2.3. A is to B. Boy, ... girls. 5:4. So this is the way to present ratio. For rate, the best way to present is to show the two quantities and show the relationship with an arrow. Just like how you draw arrows for science, food, web, and things like that, right? So I have tried to establish which one is the per unit. To compare the fastest, the main quantity will be time. So it will be per unit time. So I will write 3 minutes for Canon, draw an arrow, and put that to 45 pages. Yeah, it's a bit blur. I think my phone is getting very full. Yeah, it's getting a bit old. But never mind. Later I'll be using the PDF version. Okay? So just for these two worksheets, will be on hard copy. So I will write clearly. You see how this is different from ratio? Ratio, you put 3.45. But ratio, you realize there's no unit of measurement. For rate, there's unit of measurement. So I'll establish one quantity, draw an arrow, another quantity with a unit of measurement. So this is 3 minutes related to 45 pages. So 1 minute is like from 3. Can you think how you can apply equivalent ratios? I divide 3 here. 3 minutes become 1 minute, right? So 45 pages divided by 3, it becomes 15 pages. So the rate of this Canon printer will be, the rate is 15 pages per minute. This is how it's understood. The rate of the Canon printer, I'm reading it loud like English. This is the way to present. 3 minutes is equivalent to 45 pages. 1 minute is equivalent to 15 pages because 45 divided by 3. The rate of the Canon printer is 15 pages per minute. Now you try to read to yourself what I just said. For the HP, 2 minutes is equivalent to 24 pages. You try to read through this in your head. So 1 minute is like equivalent ratio. I divide by 2 here. I can divide by 2 on the other side. So 24 divided by 2 is 12. So far, all of this, easy to handle. So the rate for HP, is 12 pages per minute. Like $1 per crowd. So this is $12 pages per minute. Now, important to take note of the unit of measurement. Is that okay? So the standard way of writing, 1 unit of measurement is equivalent to an amount of another unit of measurement. The arrow stands for equivalent. Are you writing? You written already? Are you practicing reading to yourself as I'm saying it? Try it. So one quantity is equivalent to an amount of another unit of measurement. So 2 minutes is equivalent to 24 pages. 1 minute is equivalent to 12 pages. The rate of HP printer is 12 pages per minute. Can you understand? So this way of reading is very important. Now, the tab. I'm just going to do one working for tab B. So yesterday we figured out that these two are equal rate, same rate. So when I write A, or I write B for B. 4 minutes is equivalent to 70.4 liters. Make sure you have the equivalent arrow and 2 different units of measurement. So one quantity is related to another quantity. The 2 different units of measurement is time versus volume of water. So I continue to write. So 1 minute will be 70.4, which is equals to 70.4 divided by 4. 70.4 divided by 4 equals to 17.6 liters. So when I write out the rate, so the rate will be 17.6 liters per minute. Now, there's another way I can write this. Instead of writing 17.6 liter per minute, I can write 17.6 liters slash minute. Which brings you the idea of division, like dividing, which brings you to actually fraction. This is how rate is related to ratios, is related to fractions. So I'm dividing one quantity over another quantity. This slash, just like how fractions is. So I can choose to write this way or this way, both are acceptable. Can you understand? Now, now you can take out your calculator, we will do some questions. Who's start writing? Someone will have to give us. Okay. Post this worksheet, I'm going to move on to the workbook. And I'm on page 41. And I'm going to start writing this in a similar format. Can I just ask also, there's a clue here. Can you look at the slides here? There's a mini number here on the slides. Here. There's a mini number here. What do you think they represent? Okay, so right now, this set of questions, it's not going to be difficult. I'm sure you'll be able to solve it. But the challenge is writing it in an organized manner. Okay, they'll be talking and talking and talking for some bit of time. By about 10:40, hopefully, we'll be on the devices and you'll do the remaining work on your own. Okay, just how we do it last week. Now, I'm on page 41 now, looking at this. I'm going to show you how I want it to be presented. Why? Because really, that the way of writing this will help you in the long run. So focus on the challenge. I say again, these questions are not going to be difficult. You'll be able to solve it easily. But the challenge is presenting your answers in an appropriate way that can help you to solve millions of questions in the world. For example, starting with this. This is a red question. I will have the two quantities here. The first quantity, what is it? Yes, Darren. Square meters. That is area. So first quantity is area, that is in square meters. This is area. The unit is square meter. Okay. Yes. Do you have a spare machine scanner? Do you have this another one? We write on this one first. Come. Now, the second quantity is yes, the cost, the price. So the quantity is cost, the unit is dollars. What is the cost of carpeting 1 square meter of the room? That actually means rate. So how I want you to write a certain amount is equivalent to a certain amount in a different unit of measurement. So the arrow shows equivalence. You realize that the left side is eventually going to be the 1 square meter, the one that I want to find. So here we have 20 square meters is equivalent to $380. I'm supposed to find 1 square meter, so $380 divided by 20. I don't need the calculator for this because I can divide by 10 and divide by 3. So the answer will be, yeah, it's not a calculator question. I don't need a calculator. The mental calculation is also good enough. 19. I write my answer. For those of you who write statements, it's fine. You can write the cost of completing 1 square meter of the room is $19. Or I write here answer. I write $19 per square meter. Or I can also write $19 per meter. Both are acceptable. So the slash here refers to per. Important to check your unit of measurement. The unit of measurement is the dollar sign, the slash, the meter, the square meter. Or dollar sign 19 per square meter. Okay? Now, I know some of you will be like, yeah, this question is so easy. I just take 280 divided by 25, get already, right? I understand. But challenge yourself. Present your answers with the steps of showing the arrow, showing that equivalence, just like how you do for ratios. Okay? And that will help you to solve many, many difficult questions later on. So I have two quantity here, first quantity and second quantity. First quantity is, does this question look familiar? It was in the slide, right? Yeah. You have the answer already? Yes, right. And then the second quantity is distance. First quantity, volume of petrol. Second quantity, distance. The rate of petrol usage, kilometer per liter. So my answer blank here will be something kilometer per liter. Or I can write as, spell it out as something kilometer per liter. I write it with the arrow. 25 liter is equivalent to 280 kilometer. So 1 liter will be 280 kilometer divided by 25. Calculator question. Sorry? What? Which one on the left? This one? One quantity is liter and one quantity is kilometer. These are the units. This is the units. This is the units. But actually, liter stands for volume of petrol. Kilometer stands for the distance traveled. Yeah. Okay, moving on. Okay, right. Not too different. Moving on, huh? Okay. Does this look familiar? Does this look familiar? I'll do it now. I want to see the correct presentation. Ethan, Ethan, is it laptops or Chromebooks outside? Can you help me to check? It's laptops. Ethan, can you take one and see whether you Zoom on it? So I say again, can you take it out and switch it on and see whether there's the Zoom app on it? Okay, so I repeat again. I don't want to see a linear equation. I want to see you try to write the steps, like how you write equivalent ratios. Show the one quantity is equivalent with the other quantity. There's no Zoom. Okay, thank you, Ethan. One quantity equivalent to another quantity. Then ask yourself what is the quantity that you need to look for, and then the division comes in. So the rate is this okay? Quite manageable, right? Yes. It looks familiar, isn't it? I Zoom. You want to try log in? You can log in. Hold on. Okay, I'll send the first group out to take the laptops so you can see. I want to see you flash the answers also. So in first row, please go and take the laptops and then log on and log on to Zoom. I'll share the Zoom code in a moment. Because I want to see you flash your answers soon. Is this manageable? Okay, right? Nothing too difficult so far. Questions are familiar. Once you're ready, you're done writing up to question 4 and question 3 on page 42. Okay, question 3 and 4. Once you're done writing it, please go and pick up the computer. Yes. We are not done. I'll tell you in a moment when you can keep it, okay? So be very careful with your units. Then once you are done writing the question 4, you can go and pick up a computer. Now 3, you are done with page 42, please pick up a computer. This is page 42. Once you're done with page 42, go pick up a computer. I'll share with you the Zoom code now. Okay? Have you logged in already? Please write your name correctly. You're not P1300. Write your name correctly. Change your name to your name. What's the problem? Okay. Can you try to enter with the correct name? Sorry? Nonsense. Actually, are you inside already? Okay. So we may need to check the Wi-Fi.
DVD. I can't
If you're facing some trouble, just switch the Wi-Fi around. Great. Well, we wait. I'd like to show your page.
say what? Oh,
And I think I'm going to write the first try on the okay. 8818. The passcode 063511. Okay. All right. So we thank you, Pranamika. While waiting for our friends, can I see your page 42? Yeah. Some of you didn't realize that there's a camera has a little flap on the top. Okay, you have to, Darren, you need to swipe the flap on the top. Yeah, there's a cover for the camera. You need to swipe the camera cover. Janisha as well, and Young as well. You swipe the camera cover on the board. Okay. So at the meeting cover so I can see. Okay, let's take a look at Zoya's work and see how is it. How is the work? Okay, so she then it with the two quantities. All right, the two quantities Okay, let's take a look at another person. Shall we see Xiaocheng's work? Okay, let's take a look at Xiaocheng's work. Okay, to use an equal sign, not very ideal. Arrow is better. So use arrow for the other one. Use arrow, okay? But if you with the can I see? Oh, okay, I can see. Okay, the it's red. It's on the board. Okay, let's take a look at another person's work. Make sure you have the unit of measurement. That's good work, Xiangcheng. Let's take a look at another person's work, Janesha. Very clear. I like how she's done it. Very clear. Very neat. Very good. Okay. Okay, remember to unblock your screen. Some of your screen is maybe you didn't swipe the camera. There's a camera protector that you need to swipe left and right. Okay, then you'll notice that I'm also speaking from my handphone. We show on the previous pages how I did similarly. You'll notice that there's a mini page number there.
The mini page number there.
This
Okay,
of the
now after this
slides, which I will share with you using PowerPoint so you can see better. So here's talking about the photocopier. And you can see our friends here explaining in greater detail what it means for rate. You can see on the left side here, this is on the textbook page, okay? It shows how they wrote the steps. Can you see? In a very neat, with the arrow showing the equivalence. You can also see how that idea about ratio, I simplify ratios, and that's how I can use it. So here, photocopier print rate 120 pages per minute. It means that the copier print 120 pages every 1 minute. So rate is a comparison of two quantities and is expressed as one quantity per unit of another, which has a unit. Now, this is also like your worksheet. We stop there. So you can actually click here on the box. That's the first skill we've been doing, finding rate. You'll notice that on my worksheet, I already set from 2 pages 41 to 44 as homework. Circle your work just now. Skylar, I see myself, you need space and a table for the worksheet. Yeah, occupying 2 tables, but you're not having a worksheet to draw. Push the computer to the top of the table. And make sure you have space to write it. Now I've written complete pages 21 to 44 as homework. Again, I'm encouraging you. I'm sure you can solve these questions easily. In fact, I think more than half the questions we already got through in the slides. The challenge is really about the presentation of my work, showing equations and how to do. So look at your page numbers now. Some of you all the SRS that put this over. So that's additional. Is that okay? So we come to the part about use here. There's also a small segment in the slide worksheet that I wrote here. What are the So look at these terms now. Is there something you're already aware you're doing? So you can take. I started of finding out rate with a bit of an idea what rate is. Then the next two things, no closure. I'm not so sure about those. For vocabulary, yeah, I know about rate. Maybe not so much about constant rates, step rates, unit rate. I'm not very sure what they mean. But I have heard about per. So per means every. And you have been talking about unitary method and proportion. So we're going to go to the next level of work now, which I have to give you. So after filling your work pages, you can thinking on it. You can put it underneath the desk and when you are doing that working. Can I have first person in this group to have a fun them like yeah. Okay. Now underneath the table, you're going to start on a different set of work. Okay. For that time. Okay, I'm just giving up the first piece of work because one is brain keep. Put some worksheets underneath the table. There's something the new one here. If I'm ready, I'm going to share my screen and we'll start. Ready? Yeah, the worksheet on the table. The other worksheet underneath first and start. I'm a bit. I think some of you maybe a few minutes less than you know, time.
So,
Done? Easy, difficult? What's the it says how many fruits of fruit plates, how many classes do you get? Okay. Dana? Let's see. You get this? Yes? Okay? Okay. You didn't do the ratio. Some of you may not feel like you needed to do the ratio because it was quite a question. But I encourage you to do the ratio because it's a presentation of answers. It shows the relation between the items. And the word is what we solve it. Okay? Okay, then we move on to the next one. which is what we have heard previously. We talk about rate, we talk about vocabulary. This one is a problem I haven't heard about yet. This one is a question I haven't heard about yet. Unitary sounds familiar. Proportion is something that we're talking about. Exactly what is proportion? I'm saying that if you notice how these equivalent ratios are possible, it's possible because the relationship is continuous to be the same for every parallel pair. So from one pair is 4:3, so 5 pairs. The equivalent ratio I'll multiply by 5, and you realize it's proportional. So it's still 4:3, but the numbers are different because it's 5 pairs. Okay? It's like a uniform multiplier. Now, the next one, 4 problems, 20 minutes. You're noting the 4 problems? Question 1, question 2, question 3, question 4. 20 minutes plus. Wow.
How are you supposed to do this when they give you a number? It just says a part range for the promoting.
Carolyn is very fast to realize there's something wrong with the question.
Okay. Like, not the answer.
I feel a sense of protest. Yeah, this is very real.
Question also. Sorry, the fourth question also. It doesn't say how much power.
That's all. Just give me the 4 questions. That's all now. Those of you who feel that you cannot find the questions, please respond with raise your hand if you feel like you cannot find the question. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Plus 3, 8. Wow, so many raised hands. Wow, so many of you that cannot not solve. Is there someone who thinks that you can solve the question?
I don't know how to solve. I'm just doing this.
Cannot solve. Cannot solve that. All right. What is missing with this? How?
Or you just give us your.
Why can't you solve? Let's ask without us. It doesn't say how many liters the water in the tank. Okay. No problem, is it? Let's ask either. Can I give you?
No.
No?
How much is it?
How about either can you solve this? Yeah, okay, thank you, Akhilesh. So what? Another friend. Question?
No.
What do you know of Gabi? Yeah. So what do you think is the problem about this pattern?
There's no number that you need to solve the question.
Yeah. So actually, it means there are some missing information in the question. Am I right? Based on the missing information, this question is too impossible to solve. Now, let me try to come here. The headache, cannot how is it? It's still moving up. Let us do something that is impossible. Let's stop the how about cancel it? Cannot solve. Let's say I add
Yes.
Pencil?
Yes.
I'll give you a try.
A and B. Pencil mana? 30 minutes is equivalent to 840 liter. 3 in 1 minute. So we have two quantities here. Quantity is liter and quantity is minute. Do you like it's quite an easy question. I can do
Okay.
840 divided by 20 will be 840 divided by 10 divided by 3. So it's 81 divided by 3. 81 divided by 3 will be 23 liters. So what means is 38 liters? The calculator. The calculator? I really practice that. Easy?
Yeah, wait.
1 minute is 28 liters. So 4 minutes is
Oh, so yeah.
23 times 4.
Is this correct? Yeah, I do it right. I do it wrongly. 8 times 4 is 32, sorry.
32, sorry.
I guess it's not easy. I'm ready. I need more practice if time table.
Finish.
It's 112, is it?
The unlimited. Yeah. So,
Sorry for the mistake. Pencil?
yes.
Tell me, if you feel that it's easy, you can thumbs up. Okay? Let's see how you know pass you that it's easy. Show me a thumbs up. Yeah, if you don't have a face, you should take a picture. They really last photo. Yeah, so how come I don't have you also here? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Chichi. Mama. 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you. Okay. Okay, next question. Easy or difficult? Easy, right? Next one. The factory with the chairs. Ayu. Son cannot solve. Let me put some numbers. Instead of saying some days, let me put a number to it. Let me put 5 days.
Yay!
Not possible?
Yes.
So I have two quantities. What are the two quantities here? Yes.
Okay, so he and chess is
Days and chairs. Thank you very much. So the first quantity is chairs. The second quantity is days. So for this, the rate we're talking about chairs per day. This is 1 day and you need 11 days. So I've got 5 days, gives me 2,865 chairs. 1 day will be 2,865 divided by 5. 573. Chairs. Is this correct? Okay. Is it challenging? So I have 1 day is 573 chairs. So 11 days will be times 11. Am I going too fast? Is this okay? Yeah. Going too fast? 10 minutes, right? Question 3. Question 3, if I change this number, 80 seconds is here. If I change and I insert 160 copies, is it possible?
Yeah, you can.
Pencil?
Yes.
Is this okay? Yeah. So quantity number 1 is time in seconds. Quantity number 2 is copies of the document. Time in seconds. So the first one is 80 seconds, 160 copies. So 1 second is 2. 2 copies. Then 1 minute? 60 seconds, thank you. So 1 second is 2 copies. So 1 minute is 60 seconds. Easy or difficult? Easy peasy lemon. Right? Correct enough. Okay. Okay, move. Then move on the last question already. Am I going too fast? Yes, Oh, yes, no. Okay, so for those of us are ready, I give you the missing number for question number 4. Question number 4 is 700 grams. Done? Can I move on? Question 4. Question 4. And question 4 now, we're talking about the 8th question. What do you notice so special about this question compared to question 1, 2, and 3? Yeah, thank you, Fidaus. What is the difference between this question 4 and question 1, question 2, and 3? It doesn't have A and B. So I have two quantities here. Quantity number 1 is the 8. Quantity number 2 is grams of flour. So I've got 10 eggs for 700 grams of fruit. Can you guess why there's no A? It asks you for 15 eggs. Can I immediately go to 15 eggs? No. Yes. Yep. So do you know why they have an A and don't have an A now? Can you notice the previous questions? Previous questions, what would step A always ask you to do? Always want to find one first. 1 day, 1 second, and then the other 1 minute. This one, it didn't tell you to find it. 1 egg. So it tells you immediately to answer for 15 eggs. So for this question, it's a little bit more difficult because you must think of how to get to 1 egg. Was it difficult? No, not an issue. I can go to 1 egg first, and the 1 egg will be divided by 10, and what would it be? 70 grams. Then from 1 egg times 15, is it easy? Can do? 15 times 7. 1050 grams. Is this correct? I do very quickly. I don't know whether I calculated correct. But do you know why this question doesn't have an A? Apart from forcing you to think how to solve, and you need to go to 1 A, he actually gives you a chance for shortcuts. Okay? I'm going to write another method here, just at the side. So on the side, I go from 10 eggs. I'm supposed to go to 15 eggs. What if I don't want to go to 1 egg? How many eggs do you think I can go to? 3. 10 becomes 3 is easy. 2. 2 becomes 15 is easy. 5. 10 becomes 5 is easy. 10 becomes 5 will be divided by 2. So 10 divided by 2 is 5. So 5x, 700 divided by 2 is? 350 grams. From 5x to 3x will be, from 5x to 15x will be times. From 5x to 3x will be, from 5x to 15x I will be times 3. So 350 times 3. What's the answer for 350 times 3? Can you see it gets me the same answer? Can you see it gets me the same answer? So right now, exactly why questions like that, it doesn't give us A and B. Well, it challenges us to think of, okay, I need to come up with part A myself. Okay, have you written all of this down? Your worksheet is on the table, right? Writing with 2 hands, 1 hand on pressing the paper and 1 hand writing. So it gives us the challenge. I need to think of an intermediate step. I need to come up with part A for myself. But it also gives us the chance to find shortcuts. I don't need to go to 1A all the way back to 1A. I can go to 5 to 6A. This idea, doesn't it look like equivalent ratios to you? Now, I remember previously a lot of you say ratio was quite an easy chapter. How do you feel about rate so far? Okay. Now, then I tell you another piece of good news, everybody. Look closely at your worksheet that I just gave out. Can you see the little numbers here? And here? Congratulations for completing the pages of the worksheet. You flip the workbook now, or the worksheet now. Look at your worksheet now. Can you answer me? Do you need to do this? No, we finished already. Do we need to do this? No, we finished already. Now can you tell me over here, what is the title of activity we're doing? Very good. So can you look at it now and tick on your worksheet? Hey, we found great, and we even covered the second learning objective today. 2 items at one go. How do you feel about this so far? Yay! Comfortable, right? So we need more than, so congratulations. By right, this was part of this was homework. We've already done it. Okay? So good job, guys. You only have one homework. That's up to page 44. Is that okay? Okay, wave goodbye and bye-bye. Yes, bye-bye. Okay.